What's up, guys? Last time I saw you were at the Saracen Casino in Arkansas. In today's vlog, we've made it all the way down to New Orleans. Got a super cool room, super nice setup, right next to the Harrah's downtown. Here in just a couple minutes, you'll see us walk over there and get into some hands. Let us know down in the comments if you like these traveling vlogs more than just, the run-of-the-mill, go to the local game type deal. Trying to work on doing this more often if we possibly can. I know the World Series of Poker is going on right now. I don't think you're going to see any World Series of Poker content from me, but maybe next year. We've been talking with some friends and might be trying to plan a little trip to Vegas. So anyway, let's take you to the casino and see what's going on. Okay guys, very first hand, we look down at a pretty nice one. We've got ace queen offsuit, starting this hand with about 300 bucks, and we're in the big blind. There's several limpers, so typical live game so far. I make it $25 to go and we get 2 callers. So going multi-way in a limped pot, we ended up raising it up, but still very classic live game stuff. Flop comes down a great one for us. It's queen high, so I decided to bet out $35 here and we thin the field a little bit. We end up with 1 caller. So hopefully we can build a nice little pot here in the early goings. Off to see a turn which comes down the 2 of hearts. I go ahead and bet $45 despite the front door flush draw coming in, and he makes the call with about 50 bucks behind. So we're a little bit nervous. Obviously we're hoping that a heart doesn't peel off here on the river. The river comes down, the ace of clubs. So we've got top 2 pair here, feeling great. I decided to go ahead and just bet out. I bet out $45. I guess I could just shove or whatever, it doesn't really matter. He's either gonna be putting it in or folding, and he thinks about it for a second and makes the fold. So take down the first one, feeling pretty good about how our session is going. Not too much later, I look down at king 10 of diamonds from the small blind. I end up limping, calling the straddle effectively here. Before the big blind makes it 20 bucks, I decide to call and we go heads up to the flop. Very good looking flop for us. Jack 9-4 with a jack and 9 of diamonds. I check, definitely should have check raised here after my opponent that's 45. I only make the call. Clear check raise spot, but whatever. Turn comes down the 4 of hearts, so we whiff the turn and the board pairs, so pretty much a terrible card. He bets $25 here, leaving himself 100 behind. So kind of weird. I decided to go ahead and make the call. Obviously, I'm going to get all of his money if I can hit my straight or my flush, or maybe even top pair could be good here. River comes down, the 8 of clubs. So, yikes, do not hit. We both end up checking and he shows us pocket 7. So I can't believe we let this get away. Obviously we should have won this hand. If we check raise the flop, we win. So yikes, missed opportunity, badly played hand. Not too much later, we look down at ace 3 offsuit from the big blind. Button straddles for $6. I call and we end up going 3 ways to the flop. Comes down, jack 8-4 rainbow, action checks through. Turn comes down, a great one for us. It's the ace of diamonds. I bet $10, we get 2 callers. River comes down to 10. I end up checking, all the straights get there pretty much. Action checks through and somehow we're good. So we take down a little one, not too bad. A bit later, we look down at ace 3, this time with the suited variety from the low jack, starting the hand with about 350 bucks. There's a straddle for middle position. Apparently you can straddle from anywhere in this game. I like that, so that's fine. I limp pre-flop and the same player from the king 10 of diamonds hand raises to 25. He's been an active player. I decided to go ahead and make the call here. Maybe I could even go over the top. I'm the only caller, so we're heads up. Flop comes down, jack, jack 6. I check, he bets $35. I decide time to make a play back at this guy. He's been playing a wide range of hands and playing them pretty aggressively. I decide to check raise here to $85. He tank folds and I show the 3 of diamonds. We both laugh it up a little bit and we're on to the next one. A little bit later, I look down at 9-8 of diamonds from the big blind, starting the hand off about 400 bucks. Under the gun straddles, there's several limpers to me. I decide to go ahead and raise it up here to 25, and I get called by the same crazy guy who I just check raised a little bit earlier. He has been gambling and he is clearly stuck. Flop comes down, 10-4 deuce, all spades, so not our favorite flop. We got old guy checks. I bet $35. The crazy guy folds, and the old guy raises it up to 100. I go ahead and tank fold. I think about it for a while. I have no idea what I was thinking about. Obviously it's a snap fold unless I'm going to make some like real crazy play here with 9 high. And the old guy shows pocket twos for a flop set. So he was never getting away from that. He was clearly looking to own me and or the crazy guy. So, oh well, on to the next one. Before the next hand starts, we've bled down a little bit. We've seen some new money show up at the table. So I go ahead and buy in for 200 more, and now we're in for 600 total. We look down at ace 10 offsuit from middle position, starting the hand off with about 600 bucks. I open to 20, 2 tight players flat call, and we're off to see a flop. Interesting flop, king queen 4 with 2 diamonds. Action checks to me. Obviously this is a great flop for my range in this position. I bet $35 and the small blind raises to 80. So I think since we're deep enough here, depending on what the stack the small blind had, I don't have that written down, that we can peel here, and if we hit a jack, we're obviously gonna get paid. But I also think there's some merit to just folding this. Turn comes down, king of hearts, he goes ahead and bets this time, only $50, and I make the call again. This is a clear mistake. I don't know what we're doing here. This is terrible. This hand just gets worse and worse as we go on. River comes down to queen. He bets $125 here. So this is a person who's been pretty active. It's not the crazy guy from before where I could like think about trying to justify some kind of call. I tank and tank and tank. I decide that this is an older player who's making some sort of play at me because like I'm clearly a younger player, maybe some kind of reg that doesn't like that I'm here. I don't know. I do all kinds of mental gymnastics to talk myself into calling this $125 river bet with ace high on a double paired board. I have no idea what I'm doing here, especially when he flips over king queen. So yeah, he had 2 3 of a kinds. So just the biggest full house possible. So terribly played. No idea what I was doing. Yikes. The last hand of the night, I got pocket nines. I'm playing versus a very inexperienced player in this hand, starting off with about $250. I open to 15, we get 2 calls, and we're off to see a flop, which comes down king high. Action checks to me. I decide to go ahead and bet $25 here, and only the very new, very inexperienced player makes the call. So I think there's a decent chance we can be ahead here. He could have anything. There are several draws available. Off to see a turn, which comes down the 4 of diamonds. I bet $40, and he calls again. So getting a little bit annoyed. River comes down 5 of clubs, so it's another undercard. Obviously any 8 makes a straight, but still, there's some chance we could have the best hand. We block the nuts, I guess. I check, he jams for his last $50, and I'm like, there's no shot that this guy's putting in his last 50 bucks when he barely knows how to play without a king here, or a straight. Assuming he probably has a straight, probably has a 4. I end up folding, and he shows us a pure bluff. So we get owned by an inexperienced player. Our last hand of the night. Feel free, feel encouraged to roast me in the comments. Did not play very well in this session. We're cashing out $150 here. Yeah, I don't know what to say. Played really weird. Played really bad. What are you gonna do? On to the next one, I guess. Well, guys, after getting shown that bluff in the pocket nines hand, that was about all we could take. Super unhappy with how I played. Super nice room. The games were decent. Definitely recommend the casino in general. Very, very nice. Cool location if you're going to be around downtown New Orleans. It didn't seem like there were very many higher stakes games running, but there was also a tournament running, so never really know. Obviously, my sample size is pretty small. Anyway, in for 500, out for 150, so a loss of 350. Kind of unfortunate, but we definitely deserved it. Played terrible. But anyway, let me know down in the comments what you think of my play, what you think about these traveling vlogs. Also, there hasn't been too much action going on in my neck of the woods, so if you know of any games in the southern Missouri area, let me know. Have a good one. See you guys in the next episode. Click that like button if you've made it this far. I really appreciate it, and we'll be back soon with another episode.